A review of Megaman 11 for the PlayStation 4, so let's take it away. I never was a Megaman fan, I never owned a Megaman game, but I did occasionally play a Megaman game and I know that those games are pretty difficult. In this video I'll do a review of Megaman 11 for the PlayStation 4 that I really stuck my teeth in. There are basically 8 levels in the game. There are a bit more, but 8 basic levels. Each level has its own end boss, which the level is named after. The concept of the game is pretty simple and pretty much the same as the early NES days. Get on the other side of the screen. Most of the time that is a ladder. Then at the end of each level you get a boss, and after you beat that boss you get a weapon upgrade. With that weapon upgrade it's a little bit easier in the next level. You can defeat enemies with your newly conquered weapon until your weapon gauge is empty. If completed multiple levels, you can choose from all the weapons of the end bosses. There is an item shop in the game. With bolts you can collect in the game, you purchase items in the shop. Luckily no DLCs or that modern BS in the game. It's a complete game and I have yet to discover a bug. Way to go, Capcom! While the concept, get to the end, is pretty straightforward, make no mistakes, the Megaman games are brutally difficult in the normal mode. You can switch to Doofus mode, which I did for the sake of capturing game footage, but to be honest it's not very fun. Sometimes Megaman games can feel unfair, where the difficulty of Rayman games relies on memorization of the level, which isn't fun. In Megaman it's more the unfair placement of items. Those yellow zeppelins are all over every stage. How the hell should you get past those things if you can only shoot left and right? And I already hear you guys typing in the comments, it's Megaman, suck it up. But I think you're blinded by your childhood memories of the game, that you can't see past the flaws of bad game design. I watched a YouTube movie absolutely trashing my childhood hero game Sonic 1 for the Master System. But I have to admit he's right. Back in the days we oversaw the flaws of games because we spent our hard-earned cash on them. And you had to play them because you couldn't buy anything else for the next couple of months. Sometimes enemies respawn outside the viewport if you've killed them earlier. This is just to bug the player. In 1985 that was due to limitations of the hardware. In 2018 is just player harassment. The difficulty level has never attracted me to the Megaman games. Sometimes so much is happening on the screen. Human brains are wired to focus at one thing at a time, not to look at 10 places at once. Beating levels is doable when you play it over and over and over and over again, but sometimes bosses, even in the easy mode, are tough. Sometimes things happen so quickly that you barely have time to react. It's passages just like these that are so precisely timed and the punishment is so extreme for falling that I smash my controller against the wall. Sometimes finishing a stage is sheer luck more than anything else. Being at the right place at the right time, jumping at the right time and shooting at the right time. I don't like that if you die you have to do everything all over again and again and again. The number of respawn points in a level is scarce. This makes the game unnecessarily difficult, annoying and frustrating. Capcom could improve on enemy placing and gameplay mechanics. Why can't Megaman duck? Why can't he shoot upwards or diagonal? Or maybe jump up against walls? One of the new gameplay mechanics is speed gear, in which you can slow down time. And you need that in more than one occasion. And power gear, in which you can get more powerful weapon. Luckily, the game is priced reasonably at €30. But I can see the game having a really big potential for frustrating controller smashing. I like that you don't have to collect experience points to earn weapon upgrades like purple pointy tips for your crossbow with super nitro strings that can shoot extra far when you spit on it 3 times after holding R1, R2, R3 and L4 while tapping X 9 times. Or nonsense like paying for DLC so you can actually finish the game. But I have to admit, the game is addictive. Despite all the annoying stuff. The music of the game is great and super catchy in some levels that I walk on the street and hum those melodies. The controls feel tight and responsive, the graphics are great, a bit cartoon style like, and I like the smoothness and the fluidity of the game. And I like how they have mastered to capture the feeling of that old school game in a modern jacket. So my conclusion of the game. First of all, the difficulty level is pretty hard. The numbers, graphics, I'll say a 9, sound a 8, the replay value a 9, originality a 6, controls a 9, animations a 9 and the fun factor a 7. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. If you like the content, consider supporting me on Patreon or subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye!